Today I am back at it again, bringing you some really fun, creative, unique ideas using all of that Dollar Tree glassware. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and let's jump on into it. First up, a really fun DIY that you can make with one of these Irish coffee mugs is a little DIY candle. Now I wanted to keep this kind of late summer theme. You could keep this up all year, but adding the little lemon in it, I thought it looked perfect. But the real trick here is using some whipped wax, which a lot of you guys made sure that you let me know how to do this, and I was so excited to try it out. But for this one, I just filled the mug up with some pink wax that I had because I was dying to make like a pink themed candle. So I go ahead and pour that down into the glass and put my wick in there and let that harden or cool off. And then this is the really fun trick. I'm actually taking some white wax in the same style candle. I'm pouring it into a paper bowl so I don't mess up any bowls, and then just using this little silicone whisk that I had from the Dollar Tree because I'm not scared to ruin this because I can easily replace it. And you want to let the candle, after it melts, to set in that jar until it starts to stick this to the sides just a little bit, and then pour it into the bowl and just kind of whisk it like you normally would do anything else, and it starts to thicken up. Now you want it to cool off until it kind of holds its shape a little bit, and then I'm putting it inside of a piping bag and going to pipe this on the top. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm so happy that a lot of you made sure that I knew about this because it's a total game changer, not having to use spackling or anything on top of your candles to make them where you can't actually burn them, even though I probably won't burn this because it's so pretty. But I just filled in the top with this using a large star tip and let this cool off, added some sprinkles, and then stuck in one of my favorite little lemon pieces. This is something I've just had in it like in the back of a drawer or a little crafting box forever, so I'm so excited to get to use that on here. I love the shimmering of the just white glitter that I put on there, but then I had a few little pink hearts, so I stuck those on top too to kind of coordinate with the pink. But I just think this is the most adorable thing. Would be perfect for like a lemonade themed tiered tray, but a really cute little addition to the kitchen. I had to share this hack with you guys if you love picking up some of the decorative plates or pieces from Dollar Tree and you just want to hang them up to get them off of your table or counter space to be more like a decorative accent. I pick up these little disc adhesive plate hangers from Amazon. You get a 4-pack for around $12, or that's what I paid for these. You definitely can look around. They sell larger ones or smaller ones, but to activate these, they're just kind of stapled on a little package. So I just pull them apart and you add like a little bit of water to the back. You let this set for about 5 minutes and it becomes really sticky and tacky, and then you can stick this to the back of your plate. I try to double check like the direction that I'm hanging this. I want to hang these together, make them look cute with the direction of the design or whichever way that I want it to look hanging on the wall. And then you just stick these on the plate and just add a little bit of pressure on them. You're supposed to let these set completely overnight so they really adhere to it and they're not going to fall off the wall and break. And then you can easily just stick a nail or screw in the wall and hang these up. So this makes it super easy. There's no worrying about anything that includes wires or worrying about these falling off the walls. I have tested these out several times, never had a problem with them, but I'll leave it linked down below if you're interested in picking up a pack for yourself. This is a project that I made in a previous glassware hack video, and I really loved it. I just used Mod Podge around the edges with some pressed flowers. I wanted to try something a little bit different today, kind of using the same concept, getting those flowers around the edges, but this time I want to pour the wax directly around the flowers and see how that works. So I go ahead and use Mod Podge. Now I have seen people in the past use a little bit of wax and put on the edges and then stick their pressed flowers on it, but I just didn't trust that 100% to go clear in front of my flowers. So I went ahead and put the Mod Podge and then just kind of pressed in these little flowers to the edges. You want the pretty side facing out, obviously, and this will dry clear, and then you can fill it full of candle wax. Now I usually pick up my pressed flowers from Amazon, Temu, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere that you want to, but just making sure that I do try to fill this in as much as possible to make it look really cute. I go ahead and place my wick down in place, holding it with a little paintbrush so it can make it stand in the middle. Poured in some wax. This took a couple of candles. It did cave in at the top, that's normal. I go ahead and fill it back in, but you can see how gorgeous that this looks after the candle had hardened or cooled off. It does like really show up the gorgeous color of the pressed flowers, especially against this white colored wax. I just love this. I think this would be an incredible gift idea in so many ways that you could customize this to fit your style. Next, I have some gorgeous picture frames that I picked up from Dollar Tree. These are little 4x6s, but I'm going to actually stack them up and put my own little stickers on these. So I love like the pattern that is on the edges. These are actually like a plastic feel, but they do look kind of wood, I think. But I go ahead and remove all of the inserts of the photo frame and take a little pair of pliers and go ahead and remove the little tabs and then tack the glass in place with a little bit of hot glue. I found these gorgeous stickers at Walmart. Now they're kind of like a foam type, and I worried about it at first, but I actually ended up loving it. It kind of sticks up off of the glass and just creates a little bit of a 3D effect. But I love how this one has the inspire, dream, and create stickers. So I go ahead and put that on these frames. This is something that I could pretty much hang up anywhere, but I thought it would be fun to hang in my craft room, and I wanted to attach all of these together. So using some of the nautical rope, I love this like really thin one that Dollar Tree puts out a lot of the times, and I go ahead and kind of position this to see how much rope that I need, flip all of these over, and then just glue the rope like along one side and then down the other and tie little knots on both sides. I use the little tower blocks in between the frames just as placeholders so that I can make sure that there's enough space, or exactly the same amount of space, in between the first frame, the second frame, and the third one. And this works really well, and then I'm able just to pull them up, pop them out whenever all of my glue cools off. I left this a little bit raveled at the end. I felt like it gave it a little bit of a rustic look, and I just think this is gorgeous. The colors fit perfectly together, and I'm super excited to get this hung up. This next project is something that I've been dying to try forever. I wanted to try a freestanding piece of glass attached to some wood. I knew it would take a little bit of work because I couldn't just leave sharp corners up in the air, especially with young children in our house. So I was just going to play around with it. So the first thing I do is take two of these small little blocks that I found at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and paint these with some steel colored gray chalk paint. Let these dry. I do brush in a little bit of darker elephant color just to give them a little bit of contrast and distressed looking, and then I'm going to sandwich this glass in between these two pieces of wood. I still wanted most of the glass to show, so I didn't want to push this way too far down inside of the wood, so gluing this towards the top with a little bit of hot glue underneath as well as on top of the glass. Now you can stick another piece, like another block underneath for a little bit of support. This is the part that I was playing around with. I didn't know what it would look like to wrap this in rope, but I really had to try to protect those corners from anyone getting cut on this project. Obviously that is not the goal here, so we are covering this up with some hot glue and nautical rope, just attaching this as good as I could. And then I did go ahead and singe off all of the little hairs on the edges and add some more of the Walmart Really Fun stickers. I just thought this was so cute on the sticker paper, how the little love was tucked underneath the family, so I wanted to keep it just like that, attached a little flower to the bottom, and this looks so cool and gorgeous, like displayed with other decor. Now I know this piece is plastic, but I still am attaching it to some of Dollar Tree's servingware, the glassware little black bowl, and that's going to be the base for this entire project. I didn't even worry about pulling off the labels because they're going to be all hidden and glued together, so you're not even going to see them, but I glued this garden tray to the black bowl, let this cool off so it wasn't going to go anywhere, and then just started to decorate around it. So I had so much fun gluing that nautical rope around the frame. I wanted to attach it to the top of this bowl, so going ahead and making sure that this is nice and secure, and then I'll start to fill this in. My goal here was for the tiny little black rocks from Dollar Tree to be shown on top, but I didn't want to have to purchase like 6 packs of them, so I filled it in with some bigger rock that I already had, then put this tiny black rock on top. Now this is an awesome hack. If you've never tried this, definitely do. With any project like this, when you're using any type of tiny little rock that you don't want scattered or mess with your kids or pets or anything, you can actually use Mod Podge, and I just poured a ton of it over the top. Now you're going to want to let this set and completely cure before it turns clear, but just for video purposes, I didn't want to have to wait for this project, so I go ahead and stick in my little fake succulents. But you can see that even scratching it, the rocks aren't shifting around and they're going to stay nice and put. But loved how this turned out, really cute, and I love that pop of black, gives it more of like a modern look, but turned out really pretty.